Hello and welcome to Living Your Spirit with Anthony, where we cut through the noise and get real about life, love, and purpose. This isn't about fixing you. It's about uncovering the power that's already inside you. I talk about hermetics, energy, spirit, and individual essence. Notice how many may lead you to believe you need something or something is missing. You need a certain book, you need a certain course, you need a certain degree, or to go to a certain college, or live in a certain neighborhood, or buy certain clothes, or eat at certain restaurants, or watch certain TV shows. It's as if you always need to be, do, or have something to make yourself whole. My friends, we are already whole. I focus on the wisdom, peace, and satisfaction already within. Join me as we explore the patterns shaping your relationships, your health, and your wealth, and discover practical ways to live with peace, power, and purpose. All right, sit back, relax, and let's jump right into the conversation. Hello and welcome to Living Your Spirit with Anthony. This is episode 131. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you probably noticed that the podcast changes. Sometimes the title changes, sometimes the content changes. I feel like I've made the last change, but the truth is, as I change, the podcast changes. So as I've been exploring more, discovering more, learning more, I'm more aware, I'm more awakened, I'm more conscious. I understand what's going on in a different manner, in a different way. And that's the information that I deliver to you as the listener. So hopefully that's not confusing. If you listen to some of the previous episodes, you'll know and notice that a lot of the content is very similar, but that it does kind of change the tone. In essence, it has the same final meaning, which is understanding your true spirit, living authentically, living fully, and now understanding that you are already whole. You are already perfect. The show description has been updated to say so much of the world today makes us believe or makes us feel or think that we need something, right? We have to get to the next level. We have to get to the next space or place. We need to make more money. We need to have a better relationship, a better car, a bigger house, a better partner, a more expensive marriage, a more expensive engagement ring, a better suit, a nicer dress. We have to be more pleasant to our children. We have to send them to a better college. We have to travel to different places. We have to have long distance weddings. You name it. The world tries to make us think that we need something. We need someone. We need to be a certain way, or we need a certain person. And then once we get that person, we need them to act a certain way. They have to be more masculine. They have to be more feminine. They have to be more muscular. They have to be more pretty. What if their hair was longer? You get what I'm saying. So when you start living your spirit and your essence, you start to get the feeling that you already are exactly where you need to be in life. And that's kind of what I feel right now. And that's why the podcast name has changed, the description has changed, because I have changed. So I've gone from, I need to do this, I have to go here, I need to be in this relationship, I need to be in this friendship or situationship or travel to this place, to what do I feel? What do I sense? Where is my spirit? Where is my essence? And what does that want to do? What feels right in my body? Where do I want to travel? Where do I want to have dinner? What kind of person do I want to date? What do I want to do on Saturday morning? Do I feel like waking up and getting out of bed at 7 a.m.? 10 a.m.? How does my body feel? And how does my body direct and guide me through life to the things that help me feel satisfied and fulfilled, that show my true essence, my true spirit, my true authenticity, who I truly am? How do I show up in my relationship or my marriage? What makes me happy? What makes me satisfied? What makes me fulfilled? How do I raise my children? How do I show up at my place of employment? Or if I'm self-employed, how do I serve my clients, my customers, my colleagues, my employees? That's all guided by our spirit. So when you start to feel into that versus thinking, you start to understand exactly what you want from something much deeper than the mind. It's more about what's going on within me. What am I being called to do that is pleasant, that is peaceful, that is loving, that is connected, that is serving, and that also serves me? How do I communicate with my partner so that they know that I love them? Which is a much deeper level than I said it. Well, I told them that I love them before I left for work this morning, so they should know. Or, well, I sent this text message at noon and I said I love you, or I sent a little heart emoji, so they should know. That's different than holding your partner, looking into their eyes, and feeling in your body, I love you. Think about that. Think about how that hits. Think about if you looked into your child's eyes and said, do you know how much I love you? Versus putting a sticky note inside their lunchbox. I don't know. Do kids even carry lunchboxes these days? I guess that's, I'm dating myself. Anyway, maybe you slip a note into their backpack because you really like embarrassing them. But that doesn't go as far as when you touch them and put your hand on their shoulder and say, I love you. I care about you. I'm interested in you. I'm thinking about you. So when you're living your spirit, you're coming from a place that's more feeling. What am I feeling? What am I sensing? What is the thing that my body, my spirit is telling me to do? or telling me to say, or how is it telling me to say it? And one of the best ways to do that is to take a minute, take a few minutes, take a second or 20 or 30, and think about it by feeling into it. What do I want to say? Why do I want to say it? Do I want this person to know that I really love them? Do I want this person to know that I'm really supporting them? Do I want this person to know that I really love the job that I'm doing for them? Do I want this person to know that I love taking care of them, or I really like hanging out with them, or sometimes they just say something that relieves all my stress? So we're going a level or a layer below the standard, just throwing words out. I love you. Great seeing you. Oh, I really had fun tonight. Oh, wow, we need to do this again soon. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that from somebody. And then after a year goes by, I think, oh, wow, it's been a year. What is soon? It's relative, right? Soon could be a week. Apparently, for some people, it's a year. But if I enjoy hanging out with someone, a year is really, really far too long. And in today's world, everyone's busy, so something more than monthly could be challenging, but it depends on who it is. And it depends on you, your life, your schedule, your commitments. Personally, I'm single. I have no children. So my calendar is fairly open. So I schedule things a lot more often with my friends than they schedule with me, because I understand. I think about them because I don't have so much other stuff on my mind. I don't have my husband, my wife, or my children, or their schooling, or their sports, or their band, or their whatever club, or the dog has to go to the vet, or the cat has to go to the vet, or whatever it is. The more things you have going on in your life, well, the more things you have going on in your life. I understand that. I respect that. So I'm the one that reaches out. Hey, can we go out next week? Or can we throw something on the calendar for next month? But when you're living in your spirit, you are aware of that. And you don't get bent out of shape because you are the one that makes the first move. Do you want the relationship to continue and to thrive and grow? Or do you want to be angry, upset, in victim mode, and keeping score of who scheduled or who called or who sent a text message? Well, I set it up the last time, so they should really be calling me this time. Or you could just simply feel, wow, it's been a little while since I talked to this person or hung out with this person. I'm going to call them. I'm going to see if we can hang out. And when you're doing that, notice how the energy shifts in your body. Think about the feeling in your body. Think about the energy in your body around, well, the last time we went out, I called, so I'm going to let them call this time, or I'm going to wait. Feel that energy and just realize what that energy feels like. And now feel this energy when you think, oh, wow, I haven't heard from John in a month. I'm going to give him a call. Oh, wow, I really enjoyed going out for drinks with Katie. I'm going to give her a call. Notice the love. Notice the freedom. Notice the connection. Notice the sense of community that comes in without the heaviness and the stress and the anxiety of, well, I called last time. Well, I set it up last time. Well, I sent a text the last time, or even the last 2 or 3 times, whatever it is. Just notice how light your spirit feels, your body feels, you feel when you choose to do the thing that's more loving, more kind, more compassionate. The more you do that and the more you feel that, the more you get a sense of your spirit, your essence of what it's like to be human and have human connections, the more you will be inspired to take those types of steps. Be more honest, more open, more authentic, more vulnerable, more loving, more compassionate, and more connected. That's what our spirit is, in essence, calling us to do, pulling us towards. And most of the time, we let our mind and our ego step in and we fight it. And we go back to what I just said. Well, I called last time. I text last time. So, if they want to hang out with me, they need to call me. They need to prove to me that they like me or that they want this relationship to continue. And just feel that in your body. Feel that tensing up of your body when you compare it with, oh, wow, I really like them. I'm going to give them a call. Oh, wow, we have such a good time when we hang out. I'm going to see when they're available. And then you just do it. If they're not available, they're not available. At some point they will be, but you don't get bent out of shape about it, and you kind of just move on. If we can't get together next week or next month, maybe the following week or the following month. And we just constantly think about how and where our spirit is moving us. You'll come to notice that it's always moving us towards love, understanding, connection, compassion, inclusion, all of those things. It's never moving us towards stress, anxiety, distance, disconnection, arguing, who's the winner, who called last time. Human spirit is based on love. Human spirit is based on connection. And the reason we feel stress, anxiety, dis-ease, and then disease and disease in the body is because we don't follow our true spirit. We follow our mind. We follow our ego. We follow who's right, who's wrong, who did it last time, what you did to me, what you owe me, versus none of that matters. I really like you. Let's hang out. And of course, on the flip side of that, stress can come from accepting invitations from people that we really would prefer not to be with, not to hang out with, not to socialize with. Your spirit is calling you to say no. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not available. And then figuring out, depending on who it is, what it is, where it is, how you want to let that person know, you would prefer not to hang out with them for whatever the reason is. And whatever the reason is yours. That's part of your spirit. And you don't need to be any different. Right now, in this moment, you know that you don't want to hang out with this person. It's up to you to figure out how to let them know versus trying to manage the stress of accepting an invitation that you would really prefer to decline. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope that it helps you to think about how you can feel into feeling lighter and more in touch with your spirit. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening. All right, that's our show for today. Have a question? Click on fan mail in the show's description. Thanks for tuning in to Living Your Spirit with Anthony. If today's conversation hit home, share it with someone who needs to live from a deeper place of truth. And if you're ready to go further in your discovering of your true spirit, you can grab a 1-hour solution at anthony-johnson.com. 3 powerful assessments to show you where you're being called and where you're meant to thrive. Until next time, my friends, keep living your spirit.